Welcome to Trunchbull Elementary School. Here we have rules. Listen to them. Number 1, no eating and no drinking in the theatre. Number 2, no photography or videography at all costs. Number 3, you must always wear your mask above your nose at all times. And number 4, absolutely no cell phone device use. You! What have I told you? What did I say would happen if you used your cell phone? Oh, that's it. You're going to choke me. Yes, yes. Get on in. Yes. Now, if you don't want this to happen to you, follow the rules. Thank you. Now enjoy.
Another picture of our angel from this angle over here. She is clearly more emotionally developed than her peers.
What a dear, you heard honey, Mummy.
Don't put honey on your brother.
Smell for Mummy, smell for Mother.
I think she blinked.
We'll take another.
Have you seen the school report? He got a C on his report.
What?
The change of school, the teacher's clearly falling short.
He's just delightful and insightful.
Be a little brighter than the class.
Yeah, she's definitely advanced.
Doctor, I've got a plane to catch at 3. I'm competing in the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships in Paris.
You're getting on a plane, Mrs. Wormwood.
Of course I am. I always compete, Doctor. And this time, I have a secret weapon. Rodolfo. He's part Italian, you know. Very supple and has incredible upper body strength.
I think we should have a talk.
So, what is it? What's wrong with me?
Mrs. Wormwood, do you really have no idea?
Wind?
Mrs. Wormwood, I want you to think about this very carefully. What do you think might be the cause of this?
Am I? Look, am I fat?
You're pregnant.
What?
You're going to have a baby.
But I've got a baby. I don't want another one. Isn't there something you can do?
You're 9 months pregnant.
Antibiotics or... Oh my good Lord. What about the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships.
A baby, Mrs. Wormwood. A child. The most precious gift the natural world can bestow upon us has been handed to you. A brand new human being. A life. A wonderful new person is about to come into your life to bring love, magic, happiness, and wonder.
Oh, bloody hell!
Every life I bring into this world restores my faith in humankind.
Mrs. Wormwood, push!
I'll push you in a minute.
Each newborn life a canvas yet unpainted, this still unbroken skin, this uncorrupted mind. Every life is unbelievably unlikely. The chances of existence almost infinitely small. The most common thing in life is alive. And yet every single life, every new life is a miracle.
All right, where is he? Where's my son?
Mr. Wormwood, are you smoking a cigarette?
What? Oh, of course. I'm sorry, Doctor. What am I thinking? This calls for a proper smoke. Bring him here. Oh, my word, he's an ugly little thing.
That's the most beautiful child I've ever seen.
Oh, my good Lord! Where's his thingy?
His what?
His thingy, his whatchamacallit, his doodah. What have you done with this boy's thingy?
This child doesn't have a thingy.
What? A boy with no thingy? Look what you've done, you stupid woman. This boy has got no thingy.
This child is a girl. A beautiful, beautiful little girl.
Is there still time for the biannual Inter-Champion Amateur Sausage?
Competition's over. You missed it. Now, I don't suppose we can exchange this for a boy, could we? I mean, honestly.
This is the worst day of my life! Oh, my undercarriage doesn't feel quite normal. My skin looks just revolting in this foul fluorescent light. And this gown is nothing like the semi-formal, semi-Spanish gown I should be wearing in the semi-finals tonight. I should be dancing the tarantella, Gimontella, Italiano, not dressed in hospital cotton, with an ouching front bottom. And this horrible, smelly little horrible animal I have ever seen.
I can't find his Frankenbeans.
Every life is unbelievably unlikely. The chances of existence almost infinitely small. The most common thing in life is alive. And yet every single life, every new life is a miracle.
Shut my pie hole. No one likes a smart-mouthed girl like me. Mum says I'm a good case for population control. Dad says I should watch more TV.
Yes, that is right, sir. 155 brand new luxury cars, sir. Are they good runners? Well, let me put it to you this way. You wouldn't beat them in a race. No, they are good runners, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed, sir. So, how much were you thinking exactly?
Harry!
Hang on.
Look at this. She's reading a book. That's not normal for a 5-year-old. I think she might be an idiot.
Listen to this. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom.
Oh!
Stop scaring your mother with that book, boy.
I'm a girl.
And she keeps trying to tell me stories, Harry. Stories? I want stories. I mean, it's not normal for a girl to be all thinking.
I'm gonna call you straight back. Would you kindly shut up? I mean, I'm trying to pull off the biggest business deal of my life, and I have to listen to this. It's your fault. You spend us into trouble and expect me to get us out. I mean, what am I? A flaming escapologist?
Escapologist, he says. What about me then? I've got the whole house to look after. Dinners don't microwave themselves, you know. If you're an escapologist, then I might be an acrobat to balance that lot. The world's greatest acrobat. Well, I'm off to bleach my roots and I shan't be talking to you for the rest of the evening. You horrid little man.
But I'm gonna make us rich.
Rich? How rich?
Very rich. Your genius husband is gonna sell them 155 knackered old bangers as well. Brand new luxury cars.
But that's not fair. The cars will break down. What about the Russians?
Fair, listen to the boy.
I'm a girl.
Fair does not get you anywhere, you thick-headed twit brain. All I can say is thank heavens Michael has inherited his old man's brains. Eh, son?
Michael!
Well, I shall take the money when you earn it, and I shall spend it. But I shan't enjoy it because of the despicable way you've spoken to me tonight.
This is all your fault, with your stupid books and your stupid reading.
What? But I didn't do anything. That's not right.
Right. I'll tell you something. You're off to school in a few days' time, and you won't be getting right there. Oh, no. I know your headmistress, Agatha Trunchbull, and I've told her all about your smarty-pants ideas. Great big, strong, scary woman she is. Used to compete in the Olympics, throwing the hammer. Imagine what she'll do to a horrid, squeaky little goblin like you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Now get out of here, you little stinkworm.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say their subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story. Like Romeo and Juliet, 'twas written in the stars before they even met. That love and fate and a touch of stupidity would rob them of the hope of living happily. The endings are often a little bit gory. I wonder why we didn't just change their story. We're told we have to do what we are told, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. Platinum blonde hair dye, extra strong. Keep out of reach of children. violet hair tonic for men. Yup. In the slip of a boat, there's a tiny red boat. The seed of a wool in the creak of a floorboard. A storm could begin with a flap of our wing. The tiniest mind packs the mightiest sting every day. Starts with that tick of a clock on escapes. Start with the click of an off. If you're stuck in your story and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout. 'Cause if you're little, you can do what loves you. Mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top of you, it won't change a thing. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
All right. Now, in business, son, a man's hair is his greatest asset. Good hair means a good brain. Now, the secret to my success...
Secrets!
Yes, that's right, son, secrets. The secret to my success in business is this. Oil of violet hair tonic for men. Now, stand back, son. Your old man is going to work. All right, let's see here. So you want to get the proper amount on. Not too much, but you want to lather it on there like so. And let's get that in. And now, once you feel you've got enough, you rub it on like so. Oh, there we go. That's it right there. That's the bananas, as they like to call it. And done. Now, let me tell you something, son. A man in business simply cannot fail to get noticed when he looks like this.
Secrets!
Your hair, it's green.
Good Lord, woman, have you started already? It's not even 8:30. I mean, honestly, what is it? Oh, my good Lord! Oh, my hair is green!
What on earth did you do that for? Why do you want green hair?
I don't want green hair, right? I didn't do anything!
Maybe you used some of Mummy's peroxide by mistake.
That's exactly what you've done, you stupid man.
Oh, my hair, my beautiful, lovely... Oh, my good Lord. I've got my deal today, the Russians. What am I going to do?
I know what you could do.
What is it? What can I do?
You could pretend you're an elf.
Yes, yeah, that's it. I could pretend I'm a... What are you talking about, you fool? The boy's a loony. Oh, my hair.
Mum, would you like to hear a story?
Don't be disgusting. Go on, creep on back to that library of yours or something. The sooner you're locked up in school, the better.
Matilda! What a pleasure it is to see you! Here in the library again, are we?
Yes. I mean, my mum wanted me to stay at home with her. She hates it when I go out. She misses me so much. Dad, too. He loves having me around. But I think it's good for grown-ups to have their own space.
Oh, your parents must be so proud to have a girl as clever as you are. And do you tell them lots of stories like you do with me? Oh, how I love your stories, Matilda! And that's not a hint, by the way, but if you did happen to have a story you wanted to tell me, maybe if...
Goodbye, Mrs. Phelps. I'll see you next week.
Goodbye, Miss Honey, and good luck with Tolstoy. Anyways, as I was saying, Matilda, I'm not hinting, but if you did happen to have a story you wanted to
Who is that lady?
That lady? That was Miss Honey. She's going to be your teacher.
That lady? That lady is my
Yes, your teacher. Now look, are you going to tell me a story or not?
Once upon a time.
Upon a time, the two greatest circus performers in the world, an escapologist who could escape from any law that was ever invented, and an acrobat who was so skilled it seemed as if she could actually fly, fell in love and got married. They performed some of the most incredible feats together anyone has ever seen, and people would come from miles around. Kings, queens, celebrities, and astronauts. And not just to see their skill, but also to see their love for each other, which was so deep that it was said that cats would purr as they passed them, and dogs would weep with joy. They moved into a beautiful old house on the edge of town, and in the evenings they would walk and take the air, and each night the children of the town would wait in anticipation, hoping for a glimpse of the shiny white scarf that the acrobat always wore. For then they knew they had only to cry, "Tricks, tricks," and the great performers would instantly oblige with the most spectacular show just for them. But although they loved each other, although they were famous and everyone loved them, they were sad.
We have
We have everything that the world has to offer, said the wife. But we do not have the one thing in the world we want most. We do not have a child. Patience, my love, the husband replied. Time is on our side. Even time loves us.
Oh, Matilda.
But time is the one thing no one is master of. And as time passed, they grew quite old, and they still had no child. At night, they listened to the silence of their big empty house, and they would imagine how beautiful it would be if it was filled with the sounds of a child playing.
Matilda, this is very sad.
Do you want me to stop?
Oh, don't you dare.
Their sadness overwhelmed them and drew them on to ever more dangerous feats, as their work became the only place they could escape the inescapable tragedy of their lives. And so it was they decided to perform the most dangerous feat ever known to man. It is called, said the husband, announcing the event to the world's press, who had gathered to listen with bated breath.
The burning woman! Burning in the air! With dynamite in her hair!
Over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in a cage. And it is the most dangerous feat ever known to man! It is our destiny, said his wife, smiling sadly and slipping her hand into his. It is where the loneliness of life has led us.
Well, what happened next?
I don't know. Not yet, anyway.
What, but isn't there a little bit more? I mean, just a little bit more. Isn't there a little bit more? Well, I suppose your mother will be waiting for you. Is she here? I'd love to meet her, maybe, if I could
Bye,
just...
Mrs. Phelps. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, after your first day at school?
My mummy says I'm a miracle.
My daddy says I'm a special little pie.
I am a princess and I am a prince. Mum says I'm an angel. Mum says I'm an angel. Mum says I'm an angel. So you think you're able to survive this mess by being a prince or a princess? You will soon see there's no escaping tragedy. And even if you put in heaps of effort, you're just wasting energy. 'Cause a life
Good morning, children. My name is Miss Honey, and today is a very special day. It's your first day of school. Now, does anyone know any of their 2's times tables? Wonderful. Matilda, isn't it? Please, stand and do as much as you can.
1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, 6 times 2 is 12, 7 times 2 is 14, 8 times 2 is 16, 9 times 2 is 18, 10 times 2 is 20, 11 times 2 is 22, 12 times 2 is 24.
My, that is
13 times 2 is 26, 14 times 2 is 28, 15 times 2 is 30, 16 times 2 is...
Stop! My goodness, how far can you go?
I don't know. Quite a long way, I think.
Do you think you could tell me what 2 times 28 is?
56.
Well, yes, that's very, now, this one is much harder, so don't be upset if you don't get it, but, 2 times 487. If you took your time, do you think that you could...
974.
12 sevens.
84.
Let's leave maths for the time being and look at reading. Can any of you tell me what this says?
Me! Oh, me! Pick this! I can! Me!
Very well, Nigel. Better leave it there, Nigel. Wouldn't want you bursting a blood vessel on your first day. Lavender.
Is the first word tomato?
No, but tomato is a very good word. Yes. Matilda.
I can now read words.
So, Matilda, you can read words?
Yes. Well, I needed to learn to read words so that I could read sentences. Because basically a sentence is just a big bunch of words. And if you can't read sentences, you've got no chance with books.
And have you read a whole book yourself, Matilda?
Oh, yes. More than one. I love books. Last week I read quite a few.
A few? In a week? My, that is very good. What books did you read?
Nicholas Nickleby, Oliver Twist, Jane Eyre, Tess of the D'Urbervilles, The Lord of the Rings, Kim, The Invisible Man, The Secret Garden, Crime and Punishment, and The Cat in the Hat.
Knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic. Oh, knock on the door, Jenny. There's nothing to fear. You're being pathetic. It's just a door. You've seen one before. Just a knock on the door. Look at you trying to hide, silly. Standing outside the principal's office like a little girl. It's just pathetic. Look at you hesitating, hands shaking. You should be embarrassed. You're not a little girl. It's just pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. What are you waiting for? Just a knock on the door. Perhaps I will wait. She's probably having a meeting or something and won't want to be interrupted. If anything, caution in these situations is sensible. One should avoid confrontation when possible. I'll come back later then. But this little girl, this miracle, knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic.
Enter. We don't stand there like a wet tissue. Get on with it.
Well, yes, Miss Trunchbull, you see, in my class there's this little girl called Matilda Wormwood.
Daughter of Mr. Harry Wormwood, who owns Wormwood Motors. Excellent man. Told me to watch out for little brat, though, says she's a real wart.
Oh, no, Miss Trunchbull. I don't think Matilda Wormwood is that kind of child at all.
What is the school motto, Miss Honey?
Bambinotum est magitum.
Bambinotum est magitum. Children are maggots. In fact, it must have been her that left that stink bomb under my desk this morning. I'll have her for that.
But I didn't... Headmistress, Matilda Wormwood is a genius.
Nonsense. Haven't I just told you that she's a gangster?
But she knows her times tables.
So she's learned a few tricks.
She can read.
So can I.
I have to tell you, Headmistress, that, in my opinion, this little girl should be placed in top form with the 11-year-olds.
What? But she's a squib, a shrimp, an unhatched tadpole. We cannot just place her with the 11-year-olds kind of society. Would that be? What about rules, honey? Rules?
I believe that Matilda Wormwood is an exception to the rules.
An exception to the rules in my school. Look at these trophies, see how my trophies gleam in the sunlight, see how they shine. What do you think it took to become English hammer throwing champion 1969? Do you think in that moment when my big moment came that I treated the rules with casual disdain? Well, like hell! As I stepped into the circle, did I change my plan? What? As I chalked up my palms, did I wave my hands? I did not. As I started my spin, did I look at the view? Did I drift off and dream for a minute or two? Do you think I faltered or mended my rotation? Do you think I altered my intended elevation? As the hammer took off, did I change my grunt? The grunt I had practiced for many a month. Not a jot, not a dot, did I stray from the plot. Not a detail of my throw was adjusted or forgotten. And even when the hammer left my hands and flew high up above the stands, did I let myself go? No. Like, if you want to throw the hammer for your country, yes, you have to stay inside the circle all the time, yes. And if you want to make the team, you don't need happiness or self-esteem. You just need to keep your feet inside the line. Sing, children. 2, 3, 4.
If you want to throw the hammer for your country,
you have to stay inside the circle all the time. Yes. And if you want to teach success, you don't use sympathy or tenderness. You have to force the little squid to toe the line. Sing, Jenny. If you want to throw the hammer for your country, yes. Swing, children, swing. Yes. Maya, get up. Get up now. I apply just one simple rule to hammer throwing life and school. Life's a ball, so learn to throw it. Find the valley line and tow it. And always keep your feet inside the line. Now get out.
Well, I should tell you, Miss Trunchbull, that it's my intention to help this little girl. Whether you like it or not.
Stupid, nasty, stinking, slimy, great big question asking. I mean, how dare they speak to me like that? Who the hell do they think they are? Filthy, flippin', nasty, stupid Russians!
Oh, don't tell me we're not rich.
It's the mileage. They took one look at the mileage on the first car and said, these cars are knackered. I told them, I said the reason the mileage was so high was a manufacturing mistake.
Is that true?
Of course it's not true.
So you lied?
Of course I lied.
And they didn't believe you?
Of course they didn't believe me. I've got bloody green hair.
I've got hair.
And what is this? Another flaming book? I mean, what's wrong with the telly?
She's got no respect, that one. It's all books and stories.
No, it's a lovely book. Honest, you should read it.
Lovely. Here is what I think of your lovely.
No, it's from the library. It's a library book.
It's harder than it looks.
Rat.
There we go. This is how you tear a book. And there. Now, get out of here, you little stinkworm.
Do we have any super glue?
And the basket. And while you're at it, why don't you go stick your stupid book to your stupid head? Ha ha!
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay. That's not right.
I've got my eye on you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Matilda, can I ask you a question? Do all those brains in your head give you a headache? I mean, it's got to hurt all squished in there.
No, it's fine. I think they just fit.
Right. Well, look, I'd better hang around just in case. If they start to squeeze out of your ears, you're going to need help. I'm Lavender, and I think it's probably for the best if we're best friends.
Hide me! Someone poured a whole can of treacle onto Trunchbull's chair. She sat down, and when she got up, her knickers stayed stuck to the seat. Someone told her I did it, but I never. And now she's after me.
That's not fair. That's not fair at all.
You're done, kid! You're finished.
Once Agatha Trunchbull decides you're guilty, you are squid. Yesterday she caught Julius Rockwinkle eating a licorice all sort during science. She just picked him up, swung him around and threw him out of the window.
Don't listen to them. That didn't happen. They're trying to scare us.
Oh, Matilda, they're saying she's gonna put me in choking!
What's choking?
They say it's a cupboard in her office that she throws children into. They say she's lined it with nails and spikes and bits of broken glass.
There's a place you are sent if you haven't been good, and it's made of spikes and wood, and it isn't wide enough to sit. And even if you could, there are nails on the bottom, so you wish you stood. And the hinges spring, and the door is locked. You cannot see squat at the end of your nose. When you scream, you don't know if the sound came out or if the scream in your head even reached your mouth.
All right. Look, when did this happen?
20 minutes ago, but why? Oh no, she's coming!
You better hide. Quick, cardigans.
Please don't tell her I am Matilda.
Now! the last hour, actually.
What? An hour?
Oh, yes. You see, unfortunately, Nigel suffers from the rare but chronic sleep disorder, narcolepsy. The condition is categorized by the sufferer experiencing bouts of chronic fatigue and falling suddenly asleep, often without knowing at any warning at all. You see, Nigel fell asleep and we put them in the cardigans for safety, didn't we? Didn't we? They'll probably think they're in bed when they wake up.
Is it time for school yet, Mum? Oh. Hello. What am I doing here? Well, this isn't my bedroom at all. Oh, hello, Miss Trunchbull.
Amanda Thrip.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
What have I told you about wearing pigtails? I hate pigtails!
But my mommy likes them. She says they make me look pretty.
Because your mother is a twit! You!
Michael!
Get her!
Okay.
Get her!
Got her!
Yes, now spin her like I taught you! Yes!
Look, there she goes!
You! What is your name?
Matilda Wormwood.
So you're Wormwood, are you? I might have known. Well, Wormwood, you've just made a very big mistake!
Just so you all know, she's my best friend.
That is right, sir. Brand new stock. Completely different cars. Green hair? Yeah, it was National Green Hair Day. Yes, a celebration of all the wonderful green things in the world, like lettuce and snot. Tomorrow at 1? Absolutely. Bye-bye, sir. Dos viduda. Now that is how you pull off a... What in the bloody hell? Get off you! Gonna leave this on. Looks like rain.
Excited for the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships?
Well, yes, of course.
I'm so excited. We're going to win this year. Who is it?
My name is Miss Honey, Matilda's teacher.
Bit busy right now.
It'll only take a moment.
Oh, well, come in if you must. This is Rodolfo. Oh, it's nothing like that. He's my dance partner. We're rehearsing.
Ciao.
Oh, tu parli italiano bene. Ciao, Rodolfo. Piacere. Come stai?
What? Who is this, babe? Do you know what interruptions do to my energy flow?
What do you want, Miss Chutney?
It's Miss Honey. And as you probably know, Matilda's in the bottom class, and children in the bottom class aren't really expected to be able to read.
Well, stop her reading then. Lord knows we've tried.
I'm in the sound, huh? I can feel it in my hips. Don't waste this.
I'm not in favour of girls getting all clever pants, Miss Hussey. A girl should think about makeup and hair dye. Looks are more important than books. Now look at you. Now look at me. You chose books, but I chose looks.
I beg your pardon?
Babes! I'm on fire! Please.
Matilda can calculate complicated figures in her head in an instant.
Calculate this.
Oh, fantastico!
Her mind is incredible. With a little help from us, she could...
Mind? A mind? You really don't know anything, do you? Somewhere along the way, my dear, you've made an awful error. You oughtn't blame yourself now. Come along. You seem to think that people like people that are clever. It's very quaint, it's very sweet, but wrong. People don't like smarty pants what go round claiming that they know stuff we don't know. Now here's a tip. What you know matters less than the volume with which what you don't know is expressed. Content has never been less important, so you have got to be loud. Girl, you gotta learn to stand up, stick out from the crowd. A little less flat, a lot more heel, a little less fact, a lot more feel, a little less brains, a lot more hair, a little less hair, a lot more derriere. No one's gonna tell you when to shake your tush. Well, you've got a light, don't hide it under a bushel. No one's gonna look if you don't stand out. No one's gonna listen if you don't shout. No one's gonna care if you don't care. So go put some highlights in your hair, 'cause you've gotta highlight what you got. Even if what you got is not a lot, you gotta be loud. You gotta give yourself permission to shine, stand up and be proud. Woo! A little less, a lot more zing, a little less shh, a lot more swang, a little less dressing like your mum, a little more ba-dum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Woo! I look nice. You don't. No one's gonna tell you when to wiggle your bum. Everybody loves a little something exotic. It doesn't really matter if you don't own up. The less you have to sell, the harder you sell it. The less you have to say, the louder you yell at. The dumber the act, the bigger the confession. The less you have to show, the louder you dress it. You gotta get up, you gotta get up and be loud.
Stop being pathetic, Jenny. Just get on your feet, Jenny. You are going to march in there and give them a piece of your mind. Leave it alone, Jenny. The more that you try, the more you'll just look like a fool. This is not your problem. You've not got the spine. You are a teacher, just go back to school. she seems not to know that she's special at all. And what sort of teacher would I be if I let this little girl fall through the cracks? I can see this little girl needs somebody strong to fight by her side. Instead, she's found me. Pathetic little me. And another door closes, and Jenny's outside.
And so the great day arrived. It was like the entire world had gathered to see the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair, over sharks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in the cage. Everything was arranged by the acrobat sister, a frightening woman who used to be an Olympic-class hammer thrower and who loved nothing better than to scare the children of the town. People whispered in her dark and brooding heart she resented her sister, both her success and her love. Suddenly, out came the escapologist, dressed as usual in his tights and spangly costume, but there was no sign of the acrobat, and no glimpse at all of a shiny white scarf, and instead of the musical fanfare, there was silence as he suddenly strode into the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair, over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in the cage, has been cancelled!
Yes, the audience gasped so loud that a passing airplane caught it on its instrumentation and reported it as an atmospheric phenomenon.
Cancelled because my wife is pregnant!
Oh, Matilda!
Absolute silence. You could have heard a flyburp. Then suddenly, the audience jumped to its feet and roared in appreciation. The great feat was instantly forgotten, and the applause went on for nearly an hour.
So it does have a happy ending.
Forgotten by everyone except, that is, the acrobat's sister. When all had quieted down, she stepped forward and produced a contract.
A contract?
A contract you have signed to perform this feat, and perform this feat you shall!
No!
I paid for the posters, publicity, the catering, the toilets and facilities. If I paid the crowd their money back, where is my profit? The contract is a contract! It's a contract! My hands are tied! The burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair, over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in the cage, will be performed and performed this day, or out to prison they shall go!
No! Well, what happened next?
I don't know yet. I'll tell you tomorrow.
What? But I don't know if my nerves will make it until tomorrow!
Mrs. Phelps, are you crying? Maybe I shouldn't tell you anymore.
Oh, Matilda, we must find out how it ends! And I'm not crying because I'm sad, it's just... wanted that child so very much. It must be so wonderful for a child to be so wanted.
Yes, wonderful. Goodbye, Mrs. Phelps.
Matilda, could I speak to you for a moment? I'm afraid I haven't been very successful in getting people to recognize your abilities. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to bring in a selection of very clever books that will challenge your mind. You may sit here and read them while I teach the others. And if you have any questions, any at all, well, I will do my best to answer them. How does that sound? Matilda, this is the biggest hug in the world. You're going to hug all the air out of me.
Matilda Wormwood! Matilda Wormwood, where
Yes,
is...
Miss Trunchbull.
Aha, so you admit it.
Admit what, Miss Trunchbull?
This clot, this foul carbuncle is none other than a disgusting criminal, a denizen of the underworld, and a member of the mafia. This morning, you sneaked like a serpent into the kitchen and stole a piece of my private chocolate cake from my tea tray.
No, I did not.
Miss Trunchbull, Matilda's been in here all morning.
Standing up for little spitball, are you? Well, this crime took place this morning, before school. Therefore, she is guilty!
Okay, look. All right. I stole the cake, and honestly, I was really, definitely, sort of, almost thinking about owning up. Maybe. But the thing is, I was having a lot of trouble with my belly. You see, the Trunchbull's cake was so good that I scoffed it down too quick. And now it was beginning to bite back. Oops. See?
I'm not guilty. I didn't do anything.
You are guilty because you are a fiend. You are a crook. You are a thief. And I shall crush you. I shall pound you. I shall consign you to the seventh circle of hell, child. You shall be destroyed.
It was the biggest burp I had ever done. It was the biggest burp I had ever heard. It was the biggest burp I had ever heard about. It was as if the entire world fell silent for that burp to exist. It was a huge, chocolatey cloud of gas wafted from my mouth, drifted across the class, past Lavender, past Amanda, past Alice, and then my great, big, beautiful, chocolatey burp, which now seemed to have a mind of its own, wafted full into the face of the Trunchbull.
Bruce Bogtrotter.
Yes, miss?
You like my cake, didn't you, Bruce?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull, and I'm very sorry, but...
No. As long as you enjoyed the cake, that's the main thing.
Is it?
Yes, Bogtrotter. It is.
Oh, well, I did.
Thank you. Wonderful, marvelous. That makes me so happy. Gives me a warm glow in my lower intestine. Oh, cock! Okay, get out. Get out. No, get out. What's the matter, Bob Trotter? Lost your appetite?
Well, yes, I'm full.
Oh, no, you're not full. I'll tell you when you're full, and I say that criminals like you are not full until you've eaten the entire cake.
I can't.
There's no time for buts. Eat.
But I can't eat it all.
Headmistress, he'll be sick. He should have thought of that before he made a pact with Satan and decided to steal my cake. Eat.
He can't.
Eat.
He surely can't.
Eat.
I can explode.
Eat.
A single slice, or even two, Bruce, might have been nice. But even you, Bruce, have to admit, between you and it, there's not a lot of difference in size. He can't, surely can't do what the man Bruce. He might explode, he's quite elastic. He's going to blow with him strong, he's fantastic. Look at him go. Look at what you're thinking about. It's lost and found, Bruce, but we all suspected you have the one, Bruce. Or maybe your largeness is like the TARDIS, considerably roomier inside. He can't, surely can't do what the man Bruce. B-R-O-O-C-E. Bruce, you'll never again be subject to abuse, for your immense commit shall call the truce. Bruce, you'll never swallow you and try to introduce. We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it too. The time has come to put that tumbly tongue to use. No excuse, Bruce. Don't you run if you want your trousers loose. Oh, stop it, Bruce. You're almost finished. Whatever you do, there's nothing you're in. Still has to win. Come on, Bruce, be our hero. Cover yourself in golden glory.
Too much. It's just too much.
Come on, Bruce, do it!
Silence!
You'll never again be subject to abuse, for your immense abuse will call the truce. Bruce, just one more night and you'll completely come to use. We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it.
I'm sorry, Trunchbull, I got carried away. It's all right, Jenny, we all get carried away sometimes. Even me. Well done, Bob Trotter, good show. Well, come along, Bobtrotter.
What? Where?
Oh, did I not mention? That was only the first part of your punishment. There's more. The second part. And the second part is choking!
What?
No, Miss Trunchbull, please, you can't! Yes, Miss Trunchbull, please, you can! Do you think I would allow myself to be defeated by these maggots, did you? Who do you think I am? A weakling, an idiot, a fool? You.
But he ate it all. He did what you asked.
I've eaten it all! I did it! I ate the lot! I did it! No! No, please! Don't take me to choking! No! No, please! No! No! No!
That's not right!
All right. Where is this thing? I can never seem to figure this out. Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, my word, there's a lot of you. Okay, let's see. Just stay in your seats. Intermission's over. Let's get this party started. Now, I would like to offer an apology for some of the things that have been going on here tonight. Now, they're not nice things, and they're not right things. And I would like to state, guarantorically, that we do not want any children that might be here in the audience to go home and try these things out for themselves. Now, of course, I am talking about... Oh, come on. Surely at least one of you knows. Fine. There we go. Of course, I'm talking about reading. There you go. Now, it is not normal for kids to behave in this manner. It stunts the brain. It wears out the eyes. It makes kids ugly, stinky, fatty, sweaty, betty, boring, gaseous, and most crucially, it gives them verrucas of the mind. Now, under no circumstances do we condone such activities, and we do so utterly and without reservoirs of blah, blah, blah. Now, can I just ask, by a show of hands, how many of you lovely people in the audience here tonight have ever read a book before? Any book? Put those hands up. Yeah, let me see them. Awesome. Thank you. You there, with the hair and the face, what might your name be? Bob. Sorry, my bad. That was rude. I'm sorry, I apologize. Not really. Bob, don't take this the wrong way. Nothing personal, but, bookworm, stinky little bookworm, reading all your books like a stinky little bookworm. You like reading, stupid. Worms like reading, worms are stupid. You're a swarm. There you go, laugh at him, he reads books. Now, Bob will learn from this experience. Won't stop him from reading, but he'll never put his hands up in a theater again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the very pinnacle of our achievements as a species, the very reason we bothered evolving out of unicorns in the first place. Now, somewhere, on a show I heard, a picture tells 1,000 words. So Telly, if you bothered to take a look, is the equivalent of 1, 4, 27, a lot of books. All I know I learnt from Telly, this big beautiful box of facts. Now if you know a thing already, baby, you can switch the channel over just like that. Endless joy and endless laughter, folks living happily ever after. All you need to make you wise is 23 minutes plus advertisements. Now why would we waste your energy turning the pages 1, 2, 3? Well, we can sit comfortably on a lovely bumper leaves, watching people singing and talking and doing stuff. All I know I learnt from Telly. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. Now you can tell from my big telly just what a very clever fella I am. Take it away, son! You can't learn that from a stupid book, haha. All I know I learnt from Telly. Now what to think and what to buy. Now I was pretty smart already, but I'm really, really smart. I'm like very smart. Endless content, endless channels, endless chats on endless panels. I mean, all you need to fill your muffin without having to really, well, think or nothing. Now why would we, waste our energy trying to work out Ulysses? Well, we can sit happily on a lovely Bappleys while the slightly famous people talking to really famous people. All I know I learnt from Telly. The bigger the Telly, the smarter the man. Now you can tell from my big Telly just what a very clever fella I am. Now, who the Dickens is Charles Dickens? Mary Shelley, she shall smelly. Charlotte Bronte, do not want he. Jane Austen in the compartment, honestly. James Joyce, he doesn't sound nice. Ian McEwan, I feel like spewing. William Shakespeare, Schmilliam Schmakespeare. Moby Dick. Hey, easy grandma. All together now. All I know, I learnt from Telly. The bigger the Telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big Telly what a very clever fella. Yeah. All right. Can't learn that from a stupid book.
I'm Lavender, by the way, Matilda's best friend. And there's a bit that's coming up that's all about me. Well, not exactly about me, but I play a big part in it. But I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to spoil it for you. All right, look. What I do is I volunteer to get the Trunchbull a jug of water. And then, no, I'm not going to say any more because I don't want to ruin it. Well, on the way back, I find a newt. A newt is like a really ugly lizard that lives in water. So I pick it up, and no! I'm not going to say any more! I'm going to put the newt in the Trunchbull's jug. It's going to be brilliant!
When I grow up, I will be tall enough to reach the branches that I need to reach to climb the trees you get to climb when you're grown up. When I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day on the way to work, and I
each night to be a grown-up. When I grow up.
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, then nothing will change. Just because I find myself in this story, it doesn't mean that everything is written for me. If I think the ending is fixed already, I might as well be saying I think that it's okay, and that's not right.
Oh, Matilda! What a pleasure it is to see you! Are you enjoying your first day at school?
Oh yes, bits of it anyway. Mrs. Phelps, where's the revenge section?
What? Well, we don't have a revenge section. Why, is there a child at school who's behaving like a bully?
Oh no, well, not a child exactly.
Matilda, are you sure something?
Do you want to hear the next part of the story?
Story? Did you say story? Well, Matilda, what are we waiting for?
Slowly, very slowly, the acrobat wound his shiny white scarf around her husband's neck. For love, my love, she said, kissing him with the gentlest of kisses. Smile. We have done this 1,000 times. But suddenly, she hugged him with the biggest hug in the world, so hard that he felt she would hug all the air out of him. And so they prepared themselves for the most dangerous feat that had ever been performed. The great escapologist had to escape from the cage, lean out, catch his wife with one hand, grab a fire extinguisher with the other, and put out the flames on a specially designed dress within 12 seconds before they reached the dynamite and blew his wife's head off!
Sorry. Go on.
The trick started well. The moment the specially designed dress was set alight, the acrobat swung into the air. The crowd held their breath as she held over the sharps and spiky objects. 1 second, 2 seconds, they watched as the flames crept up the dress. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, she began to reach her arms out toward the cage. 5 seconds, 6 seconds, suddenly the padlocks pinched open and the huge chains fell away. 7 seconds, 8 seconds, the door flung open and the escapologist reached out one huge muscled arm to catch his wife and the child. 9 seconds, 10 seconds, 11 seconds, and he grabs her hand and suddenly the flames are covered in foam before they can both be blown to pieces.
Hooray! So it does have a happy ending after all.
No.
No?
No. Maybe it was the thought of their child. Maybe it was nerves. But the escapologist used just a touch too much foam, and suddenly the hands became slippy, and she fell.
Oh, was she okay? Did she survive?
She broke every bone in her body, except the ones at the ends of her little fingers. She did manage to live long enough to have their child, but the effort was too great. Love our little girl, she said. Love our daughter with all your heart. She is all we ever wanted.
Love our girl with everything. She is everything.
And then she died. And then things got worse.
Worse? Oh no, Matilda, not worse! They can't get any worse!
I'm afraid they did, because the escapologist was so kind that he never for 1 second blamed the evil sister for what had happened. In fact, he asked her to move in and help look after his daughter. She was nothing but cruel to the little girl, making her wash and iron and cook and clean and beating her if she did a thing wrong, but always in secret, so the escapologist never suspected a thing. And so, the poor little girl grew up with the meanest, crudest, horriblest aunt you could possibly imagine!
No, let's call the police!
Mrs. Phelps, it's just a story.
What? Oh, yes, of course. Matilda, you are so clever. Your parents must think they've won the lottery having a child like you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do. They're always saying that, in fact. They say, "We're so proud of you, Matilda. You're like winning the lottery." Yeah, I better go.
Well, I'm so clever, I'm so clever, I'm so very, 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 very clever, I'm so very flaming clever, what a clever fella I am. Come here, you! Ha
Stop! There's only one man I do that with.
Wait, who's this guy? What are you doing? Oh, bloody hell, get out of here, get out! Everyone gather round, I want my family to share of my triumph. Oi, not you, boy, get
I'm
out
a
of here.
girl.
155 knackered old bangers on my hands, all polished up, but the mileage on the clock telling the truth, that each one was, well, knackered. Now, how could I possibly make the mileage go back? I couldn't very well drive each one backwards, could I?
Backwards!
When suddenly I get the most genius idea into the world. I ran into the workshop, I grabbed a drill, and, using my incredible mind, I attached the drill to the speedometer of the first car and turned it on, and I whacked it into reverse.
Backwards!
Yes, boy, backwards, exactly. A drill's motor whirls thousands of times backwards each second, and within the first few moments, I'd reduced the mileage on that old rust bucket to practically nothing. In fact, I did it to every single car.
Backwards!
Stop talking now, darling. There's a good boy.
10 minutes later, the Russians show up. Great big nasty-faced apes, expensive suits, dark glasses. I mean, don't know who they thought they were.
Russians are nocturnal. I saw it on the program last night.
That was badges. It was a program about badges.
Same thing. And did it work?
Well, if we take a lookie in this here briefcase...
Oh, fantastico! Now we'll be able to afford Rodolfo all day long.
But you've cheated them. That's not fair at all. They trusted you and you've cheated them.
What's the matter with you? What have we done to deserve a child like you?
You know what? You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to go into that library and tell that old bag you're never to be let in again.
What? No, please don't.
And if she does, I'll have her fired. And you will never read another stinking book so long as you live. I'll put an end to your stories, young man. Now get in there and stay in there, you nasty, nasty little creep.
At night, the escapologist's daughter cried herself to sleep alone in her room. She never said a single word about her evil aunt's bullying, as she did not want to cause a fuss, and so she suffered in silence. This only encouraged the woman to greater cruelties, until one day she exploded! "You are a useless, filthy, nasty little creep!" And she beat her and threw her into a dank, dark, dusty cellar, locked the door, and went out. But that day, the escapologist happened to come home early, and when he heard the sounds of his daughter's tears, he smashed the door open!
Have I been so wrapped up in my grief for my wife that I have forgotten the one thing that mattered to us most? I love you so much, my daughter, and I shall spend the rest of my life making it up to you. We shall be together forever. Don't cry, Daddy. I'm all right, Daddy. Please don't cry here. Let me wipe away your tears.
Forgive me.
Daddy, forgive me.
Didn't mean to desert you.
I didn't want to upset you. Please, Daddy, don't cry. It'll be alright. With you by my side, I have nothing to fear.
I'm here.
When the little girl fell asleep, the escapologist's thoughts turned to the acrobat's sister, and an almighty rage grew inside his great heart.
This demon! This villain! This monster! She has sullied the memory of my wife. She has betrayed the trust of her own sister. She has shown cruelty to the most precious reality of my marriage. Bullying children is a game, is it? Then let us see what this creature thinks she can do when the wrath of a grown man stands before her!
But that was the last little girl ever saw of her father, because he never came home, ever again.
Matilda, I've got you those books we spoke about, so if you'd like, you can take your time and... they're for Matilda.
Oh, no, they're not. Not on my watch. There's an age for reading, there's an age for being a filthy little toad. These are toads, aren't you, Bog Trotter?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull. Only Bog Trotter here is now a good toad. Sit! It has become clear to me, Miss Honey, that you have no idea what you are doing. You believe in kindness and fluffiness and books and stories. That is not teaching. To teach a child, you must first break the child. Quiet, you maggots!
But no one was speaking, Miss Trunchbull.
Oh, Miss Honey, please understand that when I say quiet, you maggots, you are entirely included in that statement. Where's my jug of water?
I'll get it, Miss Trunchbull.
Ahem! Stupid girl. Look at you. Disgusting. Revolting. Very revolting. I think it's time we toughened you up with a little phys ed. Ahem. This school of late has started reeking. Quiet, maggots, when I'm speaking! Reeking with the most disturbing scent. Only the finest nostrils smell it, but I know it oh too well. It is the odor of rebellion. It's the bouquet of dissent. And you may bet your breeches this headmistress finds this foul odoriferousness wholly, totally insulting. And so to stop the stench's spread, I find a session of phys ed, sorts that merely rank from the revolting. The smell of rebellion comes out in the sweat, and phys ed will get you sweating, and it won't be long before I smell the pong of age. A beat of his head will tell us who has a head full of rebellious thoughts. Hold, just like a rotten egg floats to the top of a bucket of water. The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of insubordination, the whiff of resistance, the pong of dissent, the funk of mutiny and action. Before the weed becomes too big and greedy, you really need to nip it in the bud. Possession 2! Before the worm starts to turn, you must scrape off the dirt and rip it from the mud. The whiff of insurgency, the stench of intent, the reek of prepubescent protest, the funk of defiance, the odor of cool waft of anarchy in progress. Once we've exorcised these demons, they shall be too pooped for scheming. Some double-time discipline should stop the rot from setting in. All right, let's step it up double time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Discipline, discipline for children who aren't listening, for trolls who are fidgeting and whispering in history, the chattering and chittering, the nattering and twittering is tempered with a smattering of discipline. We muffling and insisting on rigidity and discipline, persistently resisting this anarchist mischieving, miniature frittering and pandering and pittering. While little ones like this, they just want discipline. The simpering, the whimpering, the dribbling, and the spindling, the mess I need a tissue, it's an issue we can fix. There is no mystery to mastering. The art of pasturing, mistressing is discipline, discipline. The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of prepubescent plotting, the whiff of resistance, the pong of dissent, the funk of moral vibrating. Imagine a world with no children. Close your eyes and just dream. Imagine, come on, try it. The peace and the quiet, a babbling stream. Now imagine a woods with a cottage. And inside that cottage we find a dwarf called Zeke, a carnival freak who can fold paper hats with his mind. And he says, don't let them steal your horses. No! Don't let them throw them away. No, no, no! If you find your way through, they'll be waiting for you, singing. Nay! Nay! Aha! And now, just like I said, the stinking maggot rears his head. Even the squiddiest, piteous mess can harbor seeds of stinkiness. Have you ever seen anything more repellent? Have you ever smelt anything worse than that smell of rebellion? The stench of revolt, the reek of insubordination, the whiff of resistance, the pong of dissent. And I will not stop till you are squashed, till this rebellion is squashed. The glorious sweaty discipline has washed this sickening stench away.
Look, this is it. I've got the newt. I'm going to put the newt in the Trunchbull.
Quiet! Smell of rebellion.
I don't think this is teaching at all. I think this is just cruelty.
That's because, Miss Honey, you're pathetic. You're wet, you're weak. You're none other than a snivelling little newt. Newt. There's a newt.
Watch out, Miss Trunchbull's going to bite!
Quiet, children, please.
You!
What?
Cockroach!
No!
foul, repulsive, malicious little sinner! You did this! Oh, what's that, maggot? Stop, when we're just getting started. Oh, no.
Miss Trunchbull, you're going to pull her ears off!
I've learned, Miss Honey, through many years of experimentation that the ears of small children do not come off. They stretch. In fact, I can feel these stretching. No!
Miss Trunchbull, no!
Leave him alone! You big, fat bully!
How dare you! You aren't fit to be in school. You ought to be in prison! In the deepest, darkest prison. I shall have you wheeled out, strapped to a trolley with a muzzle over your mouth. I shall dissect you. I shall crush you, madam!
Have you ever wondered, well I have, about how when I say red, for example, there's no way of knowing if red means the same thing in your head as red means in my head when someone says red. And how if we are travelling at almost the speed of light, and are holding a light, that light would still travel away from us at the full speed of light, which seems right in our way. But I'm trying to say, I'm not sure, but I wonder if inside my head I'm not just a bit different from some of my friends. These answers that come into my mind unfitting, these stories delivered to me fully written. And everyone shouts like they seem to like shouting. The noise in my head is incredibly loud, and I just wish they'd stop. My dad and my mum and the telly and stories would stop for just once. And I'm sorry, I'm not quite explaining it right, but this noise becomes anger, and anger is light, and it's burning inside me when it usually fade, but it isn't today. And the heat and the shouting, and my heart is pounding, and my eyes are burning, and suddenly everything is quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that still sort of quiet, like the sound of a page being turned in a book, or a pause in a walk in the woods. Quiet, like silence, but not really silent. Just that nice kind of quiet, like the sound when you lie upside down in your bed. Just the sound of your heart in your head. And though the people around me, their mouths are still moving, the words they are forming cannot reach me anymore. And it is quiet, and I am warm, like I've said. Into the eye of the storm.
Miserable excuses for children! And you, standing there like the sweat of our sweats, or its beating heart. But I'm a match for you. And there is no ear I shall not stretch back. No finger I shall not break. No length I shall not go. No, what is it? It's traveling north. Oh, there's a newt in my knickers! Oh, there's a newt! There's a newt in my knickers!
Well, that was interesting. I think we'd all better go home while we still can. Matilda?
Watch.
Matilda, I think we'd better go before...
Watch, please. I moved it. With my eyes. Am I strange?
How would you fancy a cup of tea?
What do you think it is? This thing with my eyes?
I can't pretend I know, Matilda, but I don't think we should be frightened by it. I think it's something to do with that incredible mind of yours.
You mean there's no room in my head for all my brains, so they have to squish out through my eyes?
Well, not exactly, but yes, something like that. I met your mother. She's odd. How about your father? Is he proud to have a daughter as clever as you are?
Oh yeah, very. He is very proud. He is very, very, very proud. He's always saying, Matilda, I am very proud to have a daughter as... That's not true, Miss Honey. That's not what he says. He's not proud at all. He calls me a liar and a cheat and a nasty little creep.
I see. Well, here we are. Home sweet home.
Are you poor?
Yes, I am. Very.
Don't they pay teachers very much?
No, they don't. But I'm poorer than most for other reasons. You see, I used to live with my aunt, but one day while I was out walking, I came across this shed and fell completely in love with it. I ran to the farmer and begged him to let me move in. He thought I was mad, but he agreed, and I've lived here ever since.
But Miss Honey, you can't live in a shed.
I'm not strong like you are, Matilda. You see, my father died when I was very young. Magnus was his name. He was so kind. But after he was gone, my aunt became my legal guardian, and she was cruel and mean like you can't imagine. And when I got my job as a teacher, well, she presented a bill for looking after me all those years. She'd written down every tea bag, every electricity bill, every tin of beans, and she made me sign a contract, promising to pay her back every penny. She even produced a document saying that my father had given her his entire house.
But did he really do that? Magnus, I mean. Did he really just give her his house?
I can't believe he would. Just like I can't believe that he would have killed himself, which is what she said happened.
You think she did him in, don't you, Miss Honey?
I don't know, Matilda. All I know is that years of being bullied by that woman made me pathetic. I was trapped.
And that's why you live here.
This roof keeps me dry when the rain falls. This door helps to keep the cold at bay. On this floor I can stand on my own 2 feet. Sitting here I can write my lessons. On this pillow I can dream my nights away. And this table, as you can see, well, it's perfect for tea. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough.
But Miss Honey, she's got your father's house. She's got everything that's yours.
On these walls I hang wonderful pictures. Through this window I can watch the seasons change. By this lamp I can read, and I am set free. And when it's cold outside, I feel but it is enough for me. For this is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. This is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough.
Please don't cry, I am here.
Even in the winter storm,
Away your tears. Forgive me.
when outside
I didn't mean to desert
don't pay
you.
much heed.
I know that I hurt you.
Everything I need is in here. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough for me.
Miss Honey, is this your father's scarf?
Well, yes. My mother made it for him before she died. You see, she was...
An acrobat?
Well, yes. And my father, he was...
An escapologist?
Matilda, how did you know that?
So they were your parents?
What? Who? I don't...
People in my story.
What story?
A story. I've been telling a story, and I thought I was making it up, but it's real. It's your life. I've seen your life.
You've seen my life.
She did him in. Let's go to the police.
What? No, Matilda, we can't. We haven't got any evidence.
But you could just tell them she did it.
It wouldn't work, Matilda. It would be my word against hers, and they would never believe that she was capable of murder.
But why? She was so cruel to you. She beat you. She shouted at you. She locked you up in tiny cupboards and threw you in a cellar.
Matilda, stop, please.
Miss Honey, your aunt is a murderer. She killed Magnus. Who is she?
A contract is a contract is a contract!
Miss Trunchbull.
In this world, children, there are two types of human beings. The winners and the losers. I am a winner. I play by the rules and I win. If I play by the rules and I do not win, then something is not right, something is not working. And when something is wrong, you have to put it right, even if it screams. What are you looking at?
You.
This class is going to have a very special spelling test. Any child who gets a single answer wrong will go to choking. You! Spell, I don't know. Spell newt.
Newt. N-E-W-T. Newt.
What?
Miss Honey's taught us. She's very good at teaching.
Nonsense, Miss Honey's too soft and peachy to be good at anything. Any moron can see that. You! Spell the one thing that you all are, revolting. You're cheating.
She's not cheating, she's simply spelling the word.
These little specks of dust can't be this clever, they are worms.
Taught them that all, with patience and kindness and respect.
Dare you bring those words into my classroom, madam? You know nothing of teaching, and I shall prove it. You! Filthbags, not nose. Up. Spell Ankilla Hippa Osteophonic Derma Stimosis.
But that's not a real word, you just made it up!
Spell or go to choking, and I should warn you, they are silent letters.
K.
I'm so sorry, there's a silent Z. You're going to choking. sorry, what are you doing? Stop.
All in choking. Banana. G-T-A-A-B-L.
What are you doing? Stop this.
T-S-F-Y.
Snot-nose. U-T-O-O-O-O-O-O.
Oh.
Naughty. P-U-F-T-Y-X-N.
Big Bell Bully. P-Y-T-L-F-Q-W.
You have to put me in chokey too. You can't put us all in chokey, miss. Come on, maggots. Do you think I hadn't thought of that? I've been busy. A whole array of chokies for each and every one of you. And now that a little spelling test is over, I can say that each and every one of you has failed. You see, children, there are two types of human beings in the world, winners and losers, and I am a...
Look, the chalk.
What?
It's moving. It's moving.
What? What in the devil?
It's right.
No, who's doing this?
Oh, I know it's doing anything.
Not madness, what? No, stop this! Stop! What? No, stop! No, stop! Stop it! Stop it! What?
Never again will she get the best of me. Never again will she take away my freedom. And we won't forget the day we fought. Never be a little bit naughty. Never again. With a choky door slam. Never again. Will I keep believing? Never again. Will I doubt it's fun? He says I'm a miracle. Never again. Never again will we live out my thoughts. Never again will we live out we are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs. We sing revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. And we'll have a Trunchbull voting. We're revolting. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs. We sing revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. And we'll have the Trunchbull voting. We're revolting. We'll become a sport. Take out your hockey stick and use it as a sword. Never again will we be ignored. They draw rude pictures on the board. It's not insulting. We're revolting. Let's be out how we like. That was a wrong is right. Why? We're a little bit naughty. We're gonna stay inside the line. Because way at the same time. There's nothing that the Trunchbull can do. Take a take up, come out as they do. If you rush us too far, it's over. That's how we R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N. Revolting time. U-S-I-N-G. U-S-I-N-G. Rise. R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. It is too early for you. We are revolting. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs. We sing revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. It is too early for you. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs. We sing revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. It is too early for you. We are revolting.
A few days later, the acrobat and the escapologist's daughter received a letter from a solicitor. In it, it had said that her parents' will had mysteriously turned up, and that she was now the owner of that beautiful old house that had, up until that moment, been owned by that evil aunt, one Agatha Trunchbull. She moved in immediately and she was very happy, happier than she'd ever been in her entire life. As for Miss Trunchbull, she was never seen again. The Chokies were destroyed immediately and a new headmistress took over. And her name was Miss Honey. And it was often said that it was the best school in all the land. And you know something else? Matilda never again was able to move things with her mind. I thought it was because her mind was being challenged, but she told me it was simply because she hadn't a need for superpowers anymore. But sometimes I would look at Matilda, this little girl who had done so much to help others, but who was stuck with parents who were mean and cruel and called her names. And I would just feel my blood boil, and I would wish that I could do something. So, this is the end. And I wish so much that I could tell you that this story has a happy ending. I wish so much that I could tell you that Matilda got the love that she deserved. But perhaps the truth is that not all stories have happy endings.
What are you doing? Don't just stand there gulping. We're going to Spain.
Spain? But why?
Because this idiot, this nit, this twit-brain seemed to think it was a good idea to sell 155 old bangers to the Russian Mafia.
I didn't know they were the Russian Mafia, okay? Come on, boy. We're leaving and we're never coming back.
Let Miss Tilda stay here with me.
I beg your pardon.
I would love to look after Matilda, Mr. Wormwood. If she would like to stay, that is. I would look after her with care and love and respect, and I would pay for everything. Would you like that, Matilda?
Whoa. You mean leave our daughter here with you?
What did you say? Did you call me?
They'll be here any minute.
Dad, you called me your daughter.
They're here! You idiot, I told you!
Quick, hide in the box.
What if they damage my legs, my beautiful legs?
You're the Wormwood daughter?
Yes.
Where is your father?
I don't know.
The Wormwood is a stupid man. And being stupid, he assumed I was stupid too. And that is a very, very stupid and rude thing to do.
Yes, but I'm afraid my father is quite rude and very, very stupid.
You know this. Well, at least there's one clever one in the family. What is your name, little girl?
Matilda.
I like you, Matilda. You seem smart. Sadly, in my line of work, it is not often I get to deal with smart people like you. The people I deal with, their thinking is all backwards. И он мне дальше прикрывает его отцу Христу. Приятно спокойно со мной договариваться.
Спасибо. Мне тоже приятно с вами познакомиться.
Ты говоришь по-русски?
Не так хорошо, как бы мне хотелось. Это очень красивый язык. И поэтому я буду стараться учить его дальше.
Matilda, who taught you how to speak Russian?
Well, I taught myself, I suppose. I was reading Dostoevsky, and I just thought it would be better to read in the language it was written in.
Oh, I am Sergei. It is truly an honor to meet you, Matilda Wormwood. Matilda, your father has been stupid and rude to both of us, yes. I can very easily have one of my friends teach him some manners. And one day when he leaves hospital, he will still be stupid, but not so rude, I think. I give this as a gift to you. What do you say?
Mrs. Sergei, this is a very tempting offer.
Uh-huh.
But he is my father, and I am his daughter. I think I've had enough of revenge.
This little girl is a miracle. Oh, Matilda!
Да?
What are you doing?
Просто дай лаешь!
Я думаю, вы сказали да.
Я тоже думал, что он сказал да. Матилда? Я сказал Матилда? Что с вами сегодня?
Извините, начальник.
Извините. Matilda, your father is very, very, very stupid. But he is also very, very, very lucky to have you as his daughter. Although, if I happen to be here again doing business and I see him
You will not be so lucky.
Quick, let's get out of here before they change their minds.
Wait. What about the girl? Do you want to stay here with Miss Honey?
Yes, I do.
And you want to look after her?
I do.
Well, we are a bit short of room, so, yes.
Thank you.
And Matilda leapt into Miss Honey's arms
and hugged her.
And she hugged her back.
And they hardly noticed as the Wormwoods,
And Rodolfo!
as the Wormwoods and Rudolfo had sped away into the distance.
Because they had found each other.
Yes, they had found each other.